It happened today. Mike didn't interrupt us.
He interrupted a Bills coach.
And here's the moment.
Right, it's not a college roster. So,
I mean interruption.
but you did. No, I'm just kidding.
Buffalo Plus, your interactive look at the week in football, brought to you by Connors and Ferris.
All right, welcome back to the Buffalo Plus channel, presented by Connors and Ferris. Mike Catalana, Dan Fetes, I am Jenna Cottrell. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bills camp, once again, the biggest story of the day. James Cook did not practice for a second straight afternoon. Cook in regular clothes today. He was in his Bills warm-ups, but he wants a new contract, we know. And, Mike, this seems like something that's ongoing.
Yeah, yesterday they didn't expect that. Brandon Beane confirmed that. He went on WGR radio this morning, and he basically said they didn't know that was going to happen. There's been some talk that there was a thought that the negotiations were getting closer. I think it was NFL Network that said that.
Mr. Pelissero.
I did not get a sense at all with that. Not that Brandon Beane went overboard anyway, but he didn't say, like, we've been close. I don't know where it stands at the moment. I don't think anything changes from what we talked about yesterday. It's a couple of days. They're off tomorrow. But I think the biggest thing was this wasn't like they were all together. They knew he was going to sit out, and they were ready for it.
Nope.
They did not know that yesterday. I think they kind of expected it today.
Yeah, caught off guard yesterday. I think Beane even said on WGR, disappointment was kind of the phrasing, and also it's the fact that this is the first time in Beane's 9 years that this has happened. A contract dispute has gotten to this level of a hold-in guy not participating. I think this is just a big game of chicken for the next week, and then we see what happens after training camp. But I just don't think that I would be shocked if all of a sudden this video goes up and then all of a sudden it's, hey, James Cook and the Bills have agreed on a new 4-year deal.
Yeah, I do think it's one of those things where Cook had a little bit of, like I said, he had the opportunity to make this statement, have the cameras on him, talk about how, or bring attention to the fact that he wants a new contract, and he's doing that. You said it in our last episode of, like, I don't know if there's a solution for this or how things will play out, but James Cook right now is taking advantage of the opportunity that he has and not getting fined and not being on the field. So we'll have to see how things go from here.
It's about leverage. And James Cook's leverage is to say, this is what I want, and I want you to come up to it. The Bills' leverage is to just let him sit until the time comes for the year. So we'll wait it out. This could be resolved. But I think if there ever was a deal, it would be on the Bills' terms, not on James Cook. And I don't think James Cook is ready to do that.
Nope.
I think he is dug in what he believes he's worth, and someday he may very well get that.
Yeah.
It just feels like an uglier version of the Tremaine Edmonds situation. They love Tremaine, they love James, but I never felt there was ever an intention to get something long-term. It was going to play its course. They're both going to get paid in free agency, and then it goes on.
Yep.
Yeah, and Tremaine Edmonds did, and obviously he didn't do what James
Still
Cook
young.
is doing. Oh, my God. Still young. All right.
He got paid, though.
So today, practice was closed to most fans. So it was a little bit different in terms of that. I know we're in the final week of things here at Fisher, but who stood out to you today here in Pittsburgh?
I like Deon Cain a lot.
Okay, full disclosure, we talked to Mike White, one of the backup quarterbacks after practice, and we kind of asked him, like, hey, who's a guy, or some players?
Here's a guy.
Yes.
Who is a guy? Who is a guy who stood out to you? And he mentioned Deon Cain and Kristian Wilkerson.
Yeah, well, Deon Cain is from Tampa, Florida, and he just played, God, those leagues confuse me now.
The
UFL.
UFL.
Right, so he just played a whole year. He's out here like a guy who was playing tackle football. Like he's like playing like he's been going. And he said he throws because they're both from Tampa, throws with him in the offseason. Nonstop, that guy is catching everything thrown his way. Had another nice sideline one. And the other guys, he knows his full name.
Yes.
Kristian Wilkerson.
Wilkerson.
Yes.
Keep thinking it's Wilkinson.
Had a
sometimes.
really nice move in one-on-ones against Christian Benford. Didn't end up catching the ball. That is important. But I thought you saw that little wiggle, and he has some ability.
No question that he does. And he's got time in the league, too.
Yeah.
It's Deon Cain keeps, bouncing around these other leagues. He played in the NFL. But Wilkerson has been around a little bit, and he's wearing 32. And
OJ's number.
yes, you remembered that.
I was
That
right up
very
on
good.
that this time. I was
Love that for you.
But it has been fun to watch those guys. And listen, there's a bunch of wide receivers, while there's some snaps out there trying to show, whether that's to be on the team, try to sneak on the end of the roster, get on the practice squad, whatever it is to get them there, they are putting on a good effort out there.
Yeah, one-on-ones to me stood out today. It was at the beginning of practice, and to watch Kristian Benford seemingly know what Keon Coleman was going to do, like he heard it from Josh Allen. He had 2 reps against Keon that he was in his back pocket the entire time. Trey White had a couple of really nice reps against Elijah Moore. Should have had a pick in it. But again, Trey's continued to just look like himself. And it's been a long time to say, like, oh, it's the old Trey. Like, we're talking about 5 years ago, like where he wasn't all pro anymore, but he was still a very good corner. You're starting to see a little bit of flashes of that. I just like seeing that a lot. And I thought the guy, for me, the pass catcher of the day, a guy that we talked about a bunch at camp last year, is Tyrell Shavers.
Yeah.
Like,
true professional,
as Sean McDermott would say, and getting involved in not just one-on-ones. I saw him win a nice rep, but also with the first team, catching passes from Josh Allen. He caught a really nice ball down the sideline over there.
I don't like to point.
The ref,
That's
I think,
rude.
called him out. I'm sure there's a picture from the Bills' side, whether he was in or not, but Josh ran all the way down the field to celebrate as if it was a catch. Just, again, you see that size, and especially after the ankle injury, to see him come back out here and stack a good day, I thought was really good.
Especially, I mean, we thought that was going to be really serious,
Yeah.
just a response by the team and what level it looked like of pain Tyrell Shavers was in. But to see him out here making those nice catches, and you see, like, I mean, we talk about true professional, Sean McDermott, but the words that he had to say about Tyrell Shavers last year, a guy getting an opportunity, getting a chance because of some other guys not on the field, and he's done some really nice stuff out there.
And when he got injured this year, you heard Sean kind of be like, it stinks. But like, glad it, like,
Yes.
It stinks that he got injured because he's a guy that we're familiar with and had a good camp last year. You know, they were happy that it wasn't serious, but again, to still miss some time to come out here today, again, and where there are number 1 reps to be had. The way that they're rotating guys in and out, there are opportunities to make plays.
So I don't know what you were going to say, but I have a different pass catcher of the day.
I just didn't want to interrupt you.
Let me get through my pass catcher of the day, and then we can talk about your interruptions.
It's fine. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
KJ Hamler, to me,
Yeah.
another guy who has extra work on the field because of other players. Look, KJ Hamler is like first team all soundbite. Like, he is a phenomenal interview, usually has really funny, great stuff to say. But he made a couple of really nice catches today where I was like, oh, yeah, that's KJ Hamler. There goes KJ Hamler. Like, he's someone I feel like we forget about. Older guy, was on the practice squad. But with the opportunity that he's had, I thought a couple times today, I was like, all right, KJ Hamler, I see you.
It's Isaiah McKenzie vibes in so many ways.
Yes, I could see
You know,
that.
he's got the movement internally. Like, he can fake players out.
Yep.
Like, he is super quick. He can make some plays. He can do different things, and he's funny.
Very.
And
He's
he's funny.
really
and he's
funny.
small.
Yes.
He's small and funny.
Yeah.
So we loved Isaiah. KJ Hamler's given us some moments, but he's also making a play because he also has been a returner.
Yeah. I'm having trouble as we are now at day 10.
Is it day 10? I'm confused because there's only 11 practices in Rochester.
11.
Open
yes,
to the media, or to the public.
11 total, so we have 2 left.
Yeah.
Yes.
So wouldn't that be day 9? But we said day 9 was
But
Sunday,
We said day 9 was Sunday because the red
and
and
blue
blue
scrimmage.
was 8.
We counted that.
Okay, anyway.
which we shouldn't have.
I'm having trouble gauging or getting any vibe or feel on this offense. I understand the injuries
Okay.
and all of these things,
Go on.
but I'm having trouble being like, I'm not concerned about the offense. Let me put that out there. I'm not super thrilled with the offense so far. Like, I don't know how I feel about the offense.
I think also because Khalil Shakir was not out there today.
Absolutely.
I feel
James
like,
Cook is not out there.
yeah, I feel like some of those guys are like,
Those are great points, guys.
maybe that's why you don't know what to
It
think.
just, like, nothing has felt, it's that word again, fluid, consistent. Like, nothing has felt like, there have been very few days where I was like, offense won that day, hands down. The defense, I don't know if you know this, is usually ahead of the offense at this point.
This is the time when the offense should be starting to
Like,
catch
I
up.
went through the one-on-ones, which has nothing to do with the offense, just dude on dude, and it was the fact of I thought the cornerbacks dominated like 95% of the reps.
So I'm going to say this so that Dan doesn't get the grief for it. Keon Coleman against Kristian Benford is not a good matchup.
For Keon.
Kristian Benford is so good. This is going to be more of a positive for Kristian Benford. He just locks him up. He gets his hands on him. He plays it more physical with Keon.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of player Keon is. His foot movement, his movement on the field, Kristian Benford's is elite. He may not pick off that many passes, but he plays the ball well. He's always seems to be in the right spot. And it's not a great matchup. And it happens a lot when we're out here. So for Keon, hey, listen, if he can find a way to make some plays against that guy, that'll help him a lot during the year.
Yeah.
He was 0 for 2 against Benford. Jamarcus Ingram beat Keon in a rep, and then his only win was against Dorian Strong, who had just had to go on the rep before, and they pulled him back in to go again. So that was Keon's one win. So 0 for 4, 1 for 4 with one-on-ones.
I think today was a learning day for Keon. He's had some nice days at camp. I think today was I still have more to go. There is still more to be done in terms of consistency. Progress, as we love to say, is not linear.
It's not linear.
But
I think
I did it.
Perfect segue. Let me take over from here. Bobby Babage spoke to the media today. Shout out Bob Babage. Appreciate he watches the pod.
Yeah.
And Jenna, how would you say this? Bobby was answering a question.
So Bobby was talking.
He was talking, and then there was a from over there to Bobby's right, and Bobby gave him the look like.
And then I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Bobby said,
Right, it's not a college roster. So,
Bobby, I mean to interrupt you.
but you did. No, I'm just kidding.
I love Bobby Babage after that. That is,
all-time clip.
Mike loves to interrupt. Hit it.
So I
like how he called you on it, too.
I then apologized to him in person, after we were done.
yeah.
Classy move.
And he said that, don't worry about it. I said, I interrupt Jenna, I interrupt Dan, I interrupt my wife. He goes, I interrupt my wife too. Bob Sr., I know he's watching. I bet you Bobby interrupted him during times.
Nah,
You don't
He
think
would
so?
never.
no.
No.
It was just so
It
great.
was perfect.
Yeah,
It was.
he kind
it
of
was-
lit me up there, but in a nice way. Did I just
It's okay.
interrupt you?
It's okay. It's all right.
Wait a
you
minute.
could have. You. And
He interrupts too.
Wait.
You are the biggest culprit, though.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe this will be your New Year's resolution.
Yeah, it's a long way from New Year's.
That's true. That's true. We got time. Yeah. What were we gonna say before that? Before that interruption that started us on the interruption train.
I don't know.
We're just talking about Keon and
Yeah.
some of the past, like some of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is they will continue to throw those deep balls to Keon.
Yeah.
40 yards downfield in coverage. I don't think that's a great play for him.
I disagree. I think that's the one play that he's better at.
Not that far downfield,
The
though.
problem is that even for the best wide receivers in the NFL, it's 60-40,
Okay.
okay? And Keon's not a top 10 guy at those balls.
My point is he is going to be a main player for this team. Get the ball in his hands. And if it means shorter passes or that, I feel like even with Josh Allen throwing the ball, it just doesn't look great. Maybe that comes around. It did not last year when they wanted it to. Let's see. But today in those contested ones down the field.
Yeah.
Now, Keon scrambling with Josh,
Phenomenal.
fantastic. Gets open, makes a play, is great. It's just different with the straight drop back, chuck it 40 yards down the field.
But I think you got to keep doing it.
Okay.
You do. I think you have to keep trying. You have to keep, because it could develop. You don't know if it won't develop, but this is the time to do it.
You are right. It is
This is
definitely
the
the
time to
time
do
to see
it.
if you can get
Yeah.
it to work. And if it does, that does open up a lot of things for the offense.
All right, new dude of the day.
I thought you guys had this one.
Well, we mentioned Deon Cain yesterday. That
Yeah.
wasn't the guy. I have noticed Dorian Strong a lot.
Yes.
You mentioned him before. He got beat on the one play. He's a bigger player, and he's wearing that 43.
Yeah.
And it's Bernard's old number, and I think he's the type of player they're going to see what they have.
Yes.
Right now, this is the time to get those snaps.
Yes.
For the team. I have seen him flash a little bit in terms of you look up and you go, there's 43.
Yes.
And I'm not, when it's a rookie like that, I just want to see him making some plays.
Yeah.
I know it's great when he's doing it against the ones.
Yeah.
They don't get that many snaps where you're out on the field with the ones, but I would say that's the case.
Other one I want to point out, he's not the new dude of the day, but he looks newer. Matt Milano, knock on wood, has looked very, very strong at camp. He went step for step on a wheel route with Ray Davis today, and that was one of the first times where it goes, whoa, that's what Milano used to do. That was him covering slot wide receivers to big tight ends to filling gaps in the run game. That was one of the first things where I was like, oh, if we could bubble wrap him, like, you're good. Like, this is the time where I'm excited to see, because it's been a while since we've seen all-pro Milano.
That version of him. Okay,
Yep.
my new dude of the day, I'm going to go, he might be a newer guy in terms of, he's not new to the team, but someone you don't always hear about. Mike White. We got to talk to him today. He talked about how just valuable it is, these preseason reps, the preseason games, and what they can do to him. We know Mitch Trubisky, in terms of the depth chart, is behind Josh, Mike White behind him. But I feel like Mike White has made some pretty nice plays in this camp, and I feel like in terms of the level of play, obviously Mitch started some time in this league. So did Mike White a couple games. Like, I feel like Mike White has had a nice summer out here, and that is something to watch in terms of, look, it's Josh, obviously, but behind him, I think Mike White is doing a really nice job.
I think it's a competition.
Yeah.
I think he's got a legitimate shot. These preseason games are going to be huge for him.
Yes.
And to see how he can run it. And I don't know how much the ones will play.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's always the frustrating thing.
You're evaluating a guy who would play with the ones if, heaven forbid, anything happened to Josh, and you're evaluating him on how he does with the twos.
Yeah. I mean,
That's hard.
He does get some moments out here, like you said. It's great when you're out there, and sometimes you can throw to Keon and throw to, Dawson and Dalton, whoever's out there. But honestly, I like a lot of what we have seen from him, and I think we sort of know what Mitch Trubisky is.
We absolutely know what Mitch Trubisky is.
We're not in the building, so we're not sure how comfortable they feel. If they feel comfortable with Mitch there, he's going to stay. Like, that is really what they want. If they still feel the same way, like, this guy can do this, unless Mike White, and he really shows something, I think he's got a legitimate shot.
I just feel like he's better at scrambling. Like, I just feel like he's a more athletic guy.
I just think there's more upside.
More plays.
There may be a lower floor, but there's a way higher ceiling.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. And we were going to mention, obviously, we won't be on again with you until after Hard Knocks plays, but we asked a bunch of the guys about watching Hard Knocks. What Mike White say?
He's like, no, I live it. I'm not going to
watch it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
I will say,
because we're going to be in it.
Every player that we talked to today said they were not planning on watching it. And most of the guys said, I'm going to be asleep. I don't know, though. I kind of agree with Mike White, where it's like, first of all, it goes from 9 to 10 for a lot of these guys. They want to be in bed. They want to be winding down. But I don't know. I just think that some of these guys are like, I'll hear about it after.
They may not watch it live. They may eventually watch it.
They're going to see clips on social media.
Yes.
That is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
And we don't know. We don't know about us.
Oh my God. It's like when you're waiting for a guy to call you back and you're like, does he like me? Is he good? Like,
I don't know.
That's new to me.
Yeah.
well,
We were the guys.
that's the old Jenna.
We were the guys.
We always got the call back.
Yes.
We always got. All right. So where are we at in terms of?
100%. 100%. 100%.
100%.
I'm up to 90.
90.
That we're in.
0.0?
90%.
90%. We are in.
And in may
in
be,
episode 1?
In may be like 15 seconds.
That would be a lot.
That would be a
a
lot.
lot.
That would be a lot.
Here's Mike and Dan.
What if they just cut us all out and it's just Bean?
And they blurred out the backdrop of all the Buffalo Plus logo.
It would be funny.
They just rack focused on him, and it's just blur behind him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mike's like, that's the bush. That's the bush.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Where are you? 20?
No. I'm going to go with 60%.
Oh.
I'm going to go with 60. And that is a lot for me.
That's a ton.
Yeah.
The wild thing is, like, we have no idea what they could use. They have like an hour of us talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
They could use any of us talking. They could just use Brandon. They could use no sound from it.
Okay.
We have no idea.
If they use it in the show, my thought process is me asking Bean what
Oh,
it was
it's always
like
about you.
Josh Allen walking across the stage getting the NFL MVP.
Good question.
Oh, it's a good one.
That was a good one to get on.
That was an ad lib too. That was
Okay.
like, hey,
well,
that
Jenna's
seems
like, how can I get on Hard Knocks?
No.
Ask about
I was
Dan,
just like-
what would yours be?
9. I already have it planned. It's
Bean?
Brandon, you've been doing this for 9 years. How have you changed? Quick cut to Brandon. It's a slow pan across, and he goes, that's a good question.
Ooh, that would be good.
That's good.
And then it's a swoosh transition, and then it's Bean walking out in through camp.
You haven't thought of this at all.
Nope.
Mine would be giving him a hard time about what Josh said about his golf game.
That's fair.
And then him saying he's a shit talker.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I am predicting right now, Liv Schreiber, the voice of Hard Knocks, will say Brandon Bean walks every day at camp. On this day, he's walking to do a podcast. That is my prediction.
I thought it was here in Pittsford, New York. Training camp is a neighborhood affair.
Well, that's the whole process. I
Yeah,
could give
yeah.
you the whole thing.
Yeah.
But he will say on this day. They love on this day on Hard
Yes.
Knocks.
Yes.
And
That's
there he
fair.
is coming into the backyard.
Okay. Yeah.
Or they show nothing and we sound stupid.
We usually sound stupid, so it's fine. Okay. Any other takeaways from today?
No, that was it.
Say
Nope.
Bills will be off on Tuesday. Hard Knocks will air at 9 o'clock on HBO on Tuesday. Then they'll be back to work here at Fisher.
And then we will record a reaction podcast that will air, that you'll be able to see Wednesday morning, so you can see what we
reaction.
say about how we made fools of ourselves.
Either
How we
sad
weren't
tears or
on.
happy tears.
There will be tears.
There will be tears. That sounds bad. We're going to order food, right?
Yeah, that's all she cares about.
I've been holding the broken mic like totally towards the camera this whole
That's
time.
okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us here on Buffalo Plus. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe,
39K.
and share. We're closing in on 40K, and we love you and we appreciate
He
you.
just interrupted.
Get out of here. All right. For Mike Catalana and Dan Fetes, I'm Jenna Cottrell. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And also, thank you for watching Buffalo Plus, presented by Connors.
He interrupted too.
He interrupted.
Buffalo Plus, your interactive look at the week in football, brought to you by Connors and Ferris.